All right, today we're diving into a really chilling, true story that comes to us from Coimbatore, India. It's all about two twin sisters, what seemed like their dream home, and, well, a presence that just refused to leave. Let's get right into it. So let me ask you something. Imagine you've just moved to a new city, you're starting a business, and you find the absolute perfect place to live. I mean, it seems way too good to be true. As this story shows us, sometimes it is. So let's meet the two people at the center of all this. Twin sisters Vani and Tarsha. They've just moved to Coimbatore to get their cosmetics business off the ground. They're full of excitement, full of ambition. First thing on the list, find a place to live and work. Now, here's the thing you need to know about them. Even though they're twins, they could not be more different. Vani has always been sensitive. She believes in the supernatural and she gets spooked pretty easily. Tharsha, on the other hand, is the total opposite. She's logical, rational, and really protective of Vani. And this difference between them, it's going to become super important. So they find a place through a broker, and it's an unbelievable steal. It's this gorgeous, fully furnished villa inside a fancy gated community. Now, a place like this should rent for about 40 to 50,000 rupees a month. They get it for just 18,000. I mean, who wouldn't jump on that? They figure it's just a stroke of amazing luck, so they move in right away, with no idea what's waiting for them. For the first 2 nights, everything is perfect. They're settling in, getting their business plans in order, and just loving their new home. They feel like they've won the lottery. But that's when the dream starts to turn into a nightmare. It all begins on their third night there. Out of the complete silence, a sound starts to drift through the house. It's a piano. A really soft, kind of sad melody that just seems to hang in the air. And this is where the real creepiness factor kicks in. This wasn't just random music. It started every single night at exactly 12:10 a.m., and it would stop just as suddenly at 12:15 a.m. We're talking 5 minutes down to the second. That kind of precision is just unnerving, right? It doesn't take them long to figure out where it's coming from. The music. It's drifting over from the villa directly across from theirs. The one they know, for a fact, is totally empty, dark, locked up, nobody lives there. But for those 5 minutes, a single light flicks on in an upstairs window. So for Vani, remember, she's the believer. This is already terrifying. But then it gets so much worse. One night she wakes up to this disgusting smell, like rotting meat, and she opens her eyes. And there, sitting right on her bed, is a girl, mangled with these horrible bloodshot bulging eyes just staring at her. Of course she screams, Tharsha runs in, and there's nothing there. Tharsha just writes it off as a vivid nightmare, trying to calm her down. But Vani knows what she saw was real. Vani is absolutely falling apart at this point. The music, the things she saw, she's desperate for answers. And that's when she starts noticing this older woman, a flower vendor, who sets up her little stall right outside that creepy, empty villa every single day. Vani figures if anyone knows what's going on, it's gotta be her. So she goes to talk to her. And oh boy, does this woman have a story. She tells them about the young woman who used to live in that house. Her name was Mithili. She was a talented pianist and was madly in love. But her boyfriend, well, he started having an affair with her own best friend. When Mithili found out about the betrayal and that her friend was pregnant, she was completely destroyed. So she took a slow-acting poison, and as she was dying, she sat at her piano and played one last, heartbreaking song. So there it is. The ghost has a name, Mithili. The piano music has a story. You'd think knowing this would help, right? Nope. It was like saying her name out loud just invited her in even more. The paranormal activity was about to ramp up big time. Okay, so up to this point, Tharsha has been the rock, the skeptic, trying to explain everything away with logic. But Mithili's ghost? Well, she was about to turn her attention to the non-believer. And it happens fast. First, Tharsha hears a glass smash in the other room, loudly. She runs in, and the glass is sitting on the table, totally fine. Then she's doing laundry and finds Vani's clothes covered in what looks like fresh blood. But when she looks again moments later, the stains are just gone. But the final nail in the coffin? A young woman knocks on their door and asks about the empty house. And when Tharsha asks for her name, the woman just smiles calmly and says, Mithili, before walking away. And that's it. That is the moment Tharsha's skepticism completely evaporates. She's not just a believer now, she is terrified. They realize this isn't just a spooky house, they could be in real danger. They don't even hesitate. They call a friend, start packing. They are getting out of there now. But as they're frantically packing, Vani tells Tharsha something she'd kept secret. She says that the night before, she just couldn't resist. She had to know. So she crept over to the haunted villa and she looked through the keyhole. And what she saw was an eye. A single bloodshot eye looking right back at her from the other side. So the good news is they get out. They escape Villa 13 and move somewhere new. But the story doesn't really end there. They left the house, sure, but it seems something followed them. Voni is still plagued by nightmares. Every single night she sees that eye, that one terrifying, bloodshot eye. The ghost of Mithili is still with her. Which just leaves us with this really unsettling question, doesn't it? They got out of the building, but did they truly escape? It's like Mithili's spirit latched onto Vani. It makes you wonder, can you ever truly get away from a ghost that has decided it's not done with you?